Hi everyone, it's Barbara Moore. It's tea time. It's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is Catch Your Breath 60. We are going live for tea time this afternoon, and I invite everybody to join us. It's August the 20th, and I cannot believe it. We are almost done the summer. In Southern Ontario, we have what's called the Canadian National Exhibition. And when the CNE opens, we know that summer is almost over. And the CNE opened this week. So it kind of triggers the end of the summer, and it's kind of a very sad time for us, right? But it's happened, and what I've heard from everybody all summer, hi Jackie, is wow, we cannot believe how fast this year is going, and this year is speeding by. Hi Carol. Thank you for joining us today, ladies. So, you know, some of you might remember a couple of weeks ago, I talked about my husband being sick and he hurt his back. And, you know, he does all the heavy lifting around here. And it kind of scared me. It shocked me into doing something about the house. So, you know, the house has been lived in for the last 45 years. We've been here, and it's been a long haul. And so what I've realized in the last 4 years, I haven't been doing a whole lot of anything or getting into a lot of stuff. So I'm not reaching into the back of closets and looking through storage rooms and stuff like that. So when my husband got sick, it really scared me because I thought, what the hell am I going to do if something happens to him and I'm stuck here with this big house, right? So we have started the process, and I have somebody who is helping us, and she's doing an absolutely fabulous job for us, and I absolutely am thrilled to have somebody getting us moving, because she was coming today, and my husband and I got out of bed, and we were kind of waiting for her, and we're both sitting there scrolling through our phones and absolutely doing nothing because we were waiting for her to get started so that she would get us started, right? So I've been up and down the stairs several times today, which is, you know, phenomenal for us because, you know, stairs are something that everybody hates, and it's very, very difficult for us. But I actually found it not too bad getting up and down the stairs. Now, I did have my oxygen in. Of course, I wear my oxygen all the time because I have heart failure, and so you don't want to exacerbate that anymore. And we started looking through our storage room today, so we got the big storage room going. And somebody's having the street is having a garage sale on Saturday. So what a great time to do your storage room, right? And this girl that's coming to this lady that's coming to help us get everything organized and everything. She does this for people. This is what she does for a living. So she does estate sales and stuff for people who are going into nursing homes or downsizing. And so she just had to look at the stuff, and she said yes or no, and whether it would sell at the garage sale, and, you know, whether we would put it on Kijiji or whatever, right? So it was absolutely fabulous. So, you know, I haven't been doing too much for the last 3 years since I've been sick. So it's been about 4 years, I guess. And I haven't been in that storage room, that's for sure. And when my daughter and son-in-law were here for a little while, we stuffed everything in the storage room. So it was pretty interesting to sit there and watch the stuff coming out of the storage room and see what the treasures were that we had saved, that I thought were worth something or worth saving. And you know what? Most of it is junk. There was very, very little that came out of that storage room that wasn't Christmas decorations or Halloween decorations. And most of the rest of it that we were storing in there is absolutely junk. So, Jackie, we haven't decided to move yet. But this will be the ultimate thing that, this will be the ultimate or the end game, is that we are starting the process of getting ready to move. So in order to do that, you know, you have to go through all this stuff in the storage room, and it conjured up a lot of memories for us. So, you know, we came across some pictures and stuff, which of course shouldn't have been in the storage room. because we had some water damage. Actually, the basement had water in it. It was when the roof was leaking. And believe me, when I tell you that water is actually absolutely the worst thing that can happen to you. So when my roof was leaking, the water went down into my basement, and I had just one place where there was some damage, but some of it was pictures. And Evelyn's on here now. It's my sister, and she'll absolutely go out of her mind when she finds out the pictures that were ruined, but can't be helped. I didn't know, and so we got our storage room pretty much cleaned out, and we've got a whole bunch of crap going out for the garage sale on Saturday. So I'm really excited. I'm absolutely excited. And she's going to go through closets with us, and she's going to go through the rest of our storage room. So it's absolutely fabulous. So I'm getting cleaned up. So the ultimate end game will be, we will actually end up selling the house, but when that's going to be, I have no idea, because once we get all the storage rooms and everything cleaned out and all the garbage out, we have to start painting. So the whole house needs painting. So, like it's been a couple of years, right? So Carol, I know you're going through the same thing because you're looking at a big move down the road. And so you must be going through the same thing. And you know what? It's true. All the stuff that I thought was really, really good, and I left it and I said, well, maybe my daughter will want this, right? But I know she's coming over this afternoon. She won't want any of it. And I have beautiful ornaments for Christmas and stuff like that, but they say no, nobody wants them. Nobody wants metal beds anymore. I have beautiful beds down there. Nobody wants them anymore. Mirrors, frames, all of that stuff. Nobody prints their pictures anymore. Times they sure have changed, right? So, I don't know. We'll see if we get anything for it at the garage sale, and if we don't, then we'll throw it in the garbage, and there's going to be a huge dump run this weekend. So while I was doing that, I'm also setting up my, I have a new website that I'm setting up for my accounting practice. And most of you know that I do accounting. That's what I did for a living when I was working, and I was an accounting instructor. And so now I'm starting my practice again at home, so I've just had a website done for me. So while I was going through the nostalgia of the storage room, I was also on LinkedIn getting some testimonials for my website. And so it was really funny because it really brought back a lot of memories. Like I've really been going through, all the stuff in the storage room, and then going back over these students that I've known for like the last 15 years and getting testimonials for my website. So it's really been a day of nostalgia and memories for me, right? So it's pretty interesting. So yes, we are we're keeping all of this stuff. I actually found, and I was looking for this for my grandson, and I didn't find it at the time, of course, naturally. But I actually found the mobile that my sister had actually given me for my children who are in their 30s, and it was a Fisher-Price mobile. So we're going to see if that's going to sell at the garage sale, see if somebody's going to buy that. It'll be interesting, right? So I've been up and down the stairs all day. You can hear I'm a little bit short of breath. I've been up and down the stairs all day, and it's been actually, that's been my exercise actually for the last week, just trying to get everything done and everything, right? So it's been interesting. So between cleaning out the storage rooms and getting a hold of my students, I've really had a very nostalgic week. I'm still using my salt inhaler. So I heard a lot of stuff about this because, when you get onto Google and you say, what about this salt inhaler? You start to see articles everywhere. Has anybody noticed that? Google's so smart, right? It's actually a little freaky because, I just went on and I said something about the salt inhaler, and the next thing I know, every article that comes up on Google is about these salt inhalers. So I learned quite a bit about salt inhalers from last week. So last week I introduced my salt inhaler and told you I'm not getting any money on this. I'm not... Oh, Carol, that would be absolutely fabulous. Are you sure nobody would want that? Darth Vader lamp she made for her son's room when he was like 4 or 5. That would be absolutely fabulous, and I bet somebody would want that today, right? You should put it on, not Kijiji, what's that other one? Oh crap, I can't remember the name. I can't remember anything, right? You know where you bid on stuff? Where is that thing? What is the name of that thing where you bid on stuff? Anyways, so I'm still using my salt inhaler, and I found out some stuff about it. The salt that is in the salt inhaler should be changed after 6 months, but it can last up to 2 years. Who knew? Because salt doesn't actually absorb too much as long as you're not breathing into it. It doesn't absorb too much, and it stays pretty fresh, right? eBay, that's what I was thinking of, Carol. eBay, you should have it on eBay. Because I know people that are like in their 40s who are absolutely crazy about Darth Vader and all of that kind of stuff. So you should put it on eBay and see if you get any money off of it. So the salt that goes into this can stay for 2 years. And you should be doing your salt inhaler for about 20 minutes a day. So I'm still doing my salt inhaler in my NAC tabs. Does anybody take NAC tabs? Yeah, I agree with you, Jackie. I think she'll be able to sell that. eBay. Yep. I think on eBay you'd be able to sell that Darth Vader thing. And why not? Why not? The kids don't care about it anymore, right? Like, I know my daughter's going to come. My boys don't care about anything. They don't want anything of mine. I know my daughter's going to come by tonight, and I've got all this Christmas decorations. And this lady brought a table so we could put everything out so she can have a look at it and everything. And I thought, oh, I had beautiful Christmas decorations. And she's going to look at them and go, yeah, no, Mom, I don't want any of it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Anyways, 20 minutes a day, do your salt inhaler. Hi, Susan. Thanks for joining us today. The weather has broken, and I don't know where you are, but where we are, the weather has broken. We're not getting 100-degree temperatures. Humidity's still pretty high, though, and I can't go out in the humidity. So I tried yesterday. I went out yesterday. I wasn't going to either. What was yesterday? Monday. I had a really bad spell on Sunday. Not quite sure what that was about. But I went and laid down in my bed and put my BiPAP on. And I laid there for about 20 minutes. And then I got up and said, yeah, I'm going to get my book. I'm going to go lay down. I laid down for a couple of hours and I got up and I was fine. So I don't know what that was all about. But, you know, it comes over you so suddenly. You know, 1 minute I'm sitting there and the next minute I'm really short of breath. Really couldn't breathe. And I was actually thinking, oh my God, how am I going to get to my bedroom to get to my BiPAP, right? But, you know, I laid down with my BiPAP for a little while and I felt better. What I thought caused it was this. I don't know if anybody's on this with me, but sometimes I eat stuff that I shouldn't have. The humidity is very, very high here. But we're surrounded by 5 Great Lakes, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. But you know what I did? I ate a peanut butter sandwich. Now, I very, very seldom do I eat bread anymore because, you know, bloating, right? I've started to take probiotics every day. And you know when you get something and it relieves and it does something and you just think, oh, you know what? I haven't had bloating for a long, long time, right? So I started to take probiotics. I don't know, does anybody ever take them? And it has really helped the bloating. Because I get bloated after every meal. Like I can't eat anything anymore. It's not having my weight though. Like I'm not losing any weight. But every time I eat something, I get bloated. So somebody at my group told me start taking probiotics. And so I did. I started taking probiotics. And hi, Merlin. And it's really helped. It's really, really helped bloating. But I don't know what happened. I think I didn't have breakfast. And then I was so hungry that I went and had a peanut butter sandwich. And I think the peanut butter sandwich just bloated me so much because I had bread, which I'm not used to having. I never eat bread anymore. I had butter on it and then peanut butter, right? So I think that's what happened to me on Sunday. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can give me some direction on that. But anyways, I went to lay down for a little while and I find that laying down, you know, it gets rid of some of the water. I'm still retaining an awful lot of water, and not really actually sure why. I can't get a grip on it, and I don't really know what's going on with that. So, yeah, so the question from last week is this. For those of you who have COPD, does anybody wear a bra? This lady thought it was rude to bring this up while we were on live, but I don't think there's anything rude about it. We're not talking about anything personal here, but does anybody who has COPD, does anybody wear a bra? I can tell you that when I first got sick in 2016, the doctor's assistant said to me, the one thing that you might want to do is think about taking that bra off. And I thought, oh, I could never go without a bra. I have the biggest boobs in the world. Like, really, I do have big boobs. And I don't say that to compliment myself. I had no, you either get them or you don't, right? And I always had big boobs, and I think that they just get in the way of everything, right? And I would just as soon have them taken off if I could. But anyways, we don't have breast cancer or anything in our family, so there's really no reason to do that, right? But so I stopped wearing a bra then, and I found it was very comfortable. I used to come out of school. I would work from 8 o'clock in the morning till 12 o'clock. And when I was working half days, I'd come out of school, and the first thing I would do, I'd get in my car and I'd take the bra off, or I'd undo my bra. Because it restricts all the breathing, right? It restricts your muscles and it restricts your ribs and all of that. And it really works against your breathing. So I haven't worn a bra for 3.5 years. And I was really surprised when she said that she thought it was probably kind of rude, or she didn't want to be rude and bring this up, because I don't think there's anything rude about it. But anyways, how many of you wear a bra? Like, has anybody ever considered not wearing a bra? And what do you do when you don't wear a bra? So I'll tell you what I do. I wear a camisole and a shirt. And I always, because I'm always cold now, right? It's easy for me to kind of have a sweater on all the time. So I kind of hide them with my sweater, right? So people probably notice that I don't wear a bra anymore, but I don't really care. So now I would wear a sports bra. I would like to wear a sports bra, but I still couldn't stand anything that was going around like a band around my abdomen. But then again, not everybody has what I have, and I have a barrel chest. Have you heard that expression before, barrel chest? It's when your lungs have expanded so much that your chest actually goes in the shape of a barrel. And I have a barrel chest, but I also have a pigeon chest, which means that I have it's really weird. And when they look at my x-rays, they laugh and laugh and laugh. They think it's so, but it's actually not, it's not funny. It is part and parcel with COPD. Some of us have barrel chest, and it's really hard because it makes it really hard to reach other parts of our body. And anyways, that's a story for another day. But barrel chest is very uncomfortable. It's not something that we like to talk about. But anyways, I don't wear a bra. So I hope that answers that question, right? I hope somebody's got some comments on that. How's everybody else doing? I don't have much else to go on today, so let's liven up this conversation a little bit. Weather's good. What are the plans? What are your plans for next week? I want to talk about what our plans are for the fall. Yes, I like vests. Thank you, Valerie. I like to wear a vest or a sweater and kind of cover those boobs up, right? But I let them hang free all the time. So next week, I'd like to talk about what our plans are for the fall. I think next week is our last week of August. Carol recognizes it right away. She knows I always have a hard time in the fall. I'm anticipating what's going to come in the future, and I'm always worried about the winter and what's going to happen in the winter, right? Well, I don't know. In Southern Ontario, in Ontario where I live, we don't use nebulizers. We are not allowed to use nebulizers. But I had an article on my page some time back, and I'll see if I can find it again. And they talked about how these prescription drugs that they say have expired really don't expire. So can somebody help Carol? Carol has asked, can you use expired nebulizer medicine? We don't use nebulizers in Ontario. They won't allow us to have them. They don't believe in them. And they believe that, we had a thing called SARS here. It was a terrible virus that went through the hospitals and everything. And because of that, because it's an airborne thing, and because nebulizers become airborne, or the vapors that come off of them become airborne, they believe that we shouldn't use them. So I know everybody else does. I know lots of people that do. And I was given a nebulizer one time when I was in an ambulance. And it helped immensely. But when I asked my doctor about it, he said absolutely not. He wouldn't do it. So I'm going to see if I can go back and find this article that I had about medicines. And there was only 2 of them that actually lost their potency when they expired. So I don't believe that you can, I don't believe that it expires or that it's no good beyond the date that's on the bottle. But I'm going to see if I can find this. Does anybody else find this with their puffers or their sometimes antibiotics, steroids, that they maybe go past their expiry date, but you can still use them? My husband was took a course in pharmacology, and he said, yeah, they don't. He said, no, they don't expire. So I'll see if I can have a look at that, but maybe somebody can help them. Carol says she doesn't use her nebulizer very often, so it usually goes past the date. Yeah, I think that many of the drugs are fine. I think that we're fine. I think they put a expiry date on them because they have to. It's mandated by the government that they do it, but I think the drug companies are in... Well, would you use a puffer? Would you use a puffer if it was... Lori Davis says, I remember that article and saw the same thing on the news once. I believe that the meds you can't use expire. They're antibiotics. They're the ones. That was right. Yeah, it was the antibiotics that lose their potency, right? But if you had puffers or whatever, right? Like, I guess you could tell more with the puffers. Maybe you could tell more with the puffers. I don't know. But I'll see if I can find that article and repost it again. Okay, so no, because we don't get our puffers far enough in advance, right? Like I only get them on a monthly basis. But now that once I read that article, I thought of all the drugs that I have thrown out. And I remember like one time I came home from the hospital, I had a great big bag of drugs that had to go back to the drugstore. And I sent them up there because they were no good, and they were all cough and cold medicine stuff, right? Which comes over the counter and costs me a fortune. And we had to go and replace it all, right? So, because I don't use cough and cold at all, but my son and my husband do. All right, so that's it for Tea Time today. Remember to follow me on Twitter at CatchBreath60, YouTube, and all of these videos will be going up on YouTube. Tea Time videos on YouTube at CatchYourBreath60, Instagram, Pinterest. Don't forget about Pinterest. I have beautiful boards at Pinterest. And go and swipe all my stuff up there, okay? Follow my board, and every week I put a new board up about my blog post. And speaking of blog post, tomorrow I'm going to have retribution for last week. I had a lot of nasty comments about last week saying, that we should be blaming ourselves. And I'm going to tell you why we should not be blaming ourselves for the sins of our past, okay? So I'm going to have some more stuff. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate you saying that. Carol says she loves my Pinterest boards. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. So have a great week, everybody. Take care. Exercise every day. Remember to follow COPD, Exercise to Healthy Living. It is the best site around for support group. This is Barbara Moore for Catch Your Breath 60, signing off for Tea Time Tuesday. This is Barbara Moore. Thank you very much.